pops up and getting over these blocks, but it seems that Detti is more comfortable at playing the Rob here.
Yeah.
I think Rob is a better starter in that sense, because if you're playing a best of 5, especially with Rob in your arsenal, I think it's good to start with him and then rely on Greninja as a possible
I think it's interesting in that regard is that you are trying to feel out how Ente has maybe adapted to Longo's Rob specifically, and maybe
that's a
try
good
to
point.
pit your style of Rob against, because with Rob you have a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Steve has more, because Steve has more tools, but even Rob can do a lot of different things. You can play aggressive, you can play passively, you can play zoning. There's a lot of stuff you can do, and so far the start's not too bad at all.
Yeah, it's fine. I think that he's also a player who's kind of mighty of knowing about Steve, you know,
Yeah.
like, knowing about Steve's tendencies, about Ente's tendencies. But yeah, I think it's fine, and especially if you know what is he building? It's like he wanted to tell us something.
Kind
right?
of a tuning fork.
Yeah,
something
it was a Y too. Like that's new. I don't know the setup, but hey, it's fine. However, Detti going up against Ente, I think again. Interpreting Greninja as kind of the solution if things go wrong. I think it's a better way. So again with the starter, which is for now quite nice. I think Ente is also kind of the player who lets things go, lets things roll for once, and then he starts exploding when he has
And
resources. And speak of
Okay.
exploding,
Alright.
that was a giant from mid stage. Of course, you have to 69%, but you don't have to go that far.
just gets in there, you know, with the rotor arms and gets the stock off. And I mean, as you said, Ente's a very analytical player. Just likes to wait out a little bit, maybe just watch their opponent. And it really, oh my goodness, what the hell?
the hell?
That was, I think, that was the hit from the pickaxe that hit there. Not even the Magna block, but the pickaxe for the second swing that hit Detti. That was insane.
Yeah, we can know for sure, but
Kinda
again,
just
that hit was
suck-
janky, bro.
Stuck his
Something
little robot
hit.
arms in there. You know?
Yeah.
Character's wild.
Okay, Detti. Oh, that's a
Oh,
clean
that's a
punish
punish.
though. Nice. Okay, dash attack, forward attack, keeping it very simple but clean, but not too shabby, not too much. But against Ente, you need bigger punishes than that, especially when you're in the lead. Right now, losing it, not yet, but he's getting close to it. 150 on Rob is certainly doomsday.
I mean, especially if you look at some of these good killing tools that
Ooh,
Steve
ooh,
has.
ooh,
Okay,
ooh,
gets
ooh,
into
oh,
the rotor arm.
Oh, that's so much damage.
That's lots
Whoa,
of damage. Doesn't
don't
kill,
measure.
of course, but there's 80. I think it was like 40 damage just from that.
Yeah, it
one.
was not bad. Whoa, that's not
backhand,
bad either.
alright.
Hold
I
up.
love the aggressive
okay.
My boy
approach
getting
from
swingy.
Detti right now, because he knows like one hit is gonna be his
Hey!
and just
okay.
next
It
to his
just
block.
went out.
Just I think
he's
just
dead.
Bro,
next to
the
his block.
Almighty's on his side. The Earthblock just went out. Perfectly fine. It's
That was-
ridiculous.
That was insanely played by Detti right there, and now of course
Yeah,
gets the
up tilt.
starter here as well into the
Broken.
double up tilt, into the up air for some massive damage. And now you
Nice.
can see Ente trying to slow down the game, but doesn't really have any resources,
iron,
especially if
yep.
you get look at the iron, which is the most important resource.
Nice,
for
good
Steve,
breakthrough.
by a long shot.
Okay, wait, I just want to say, he's not about to JV3 Ente in game 1. But I mean, it seems like we don't even
Oh!
need to contextualize Greninja because Rob is working perfectly fine and
That's a down throw.
Detti finding the
Up
right
there,
hit.
up.
Up there,
No, okay.
not yet. Reset. Oi!
Oh,
Give it a
serves
fist.
him up for
Mike
into the
Tyson,
forward
baby.
tilt. And now just
Oh!
straight back, it's not going to connect. A little
Oh,
bit slow,
shit,
but also
what
that's going to be the kill towards the side, and Detti
pressed
Bro,
that?
this was dominance.
with
What?
a very, very strong two-star to start this one off. That was insane.
That's the thing. That ain't Longo. That ain't Longo.
that's what I'm saying.
I've been calling him a downgrade.
yeah.
I wasn't wrong yet. The set is still going on.
You know, in this particular context, and this is what I meant. Like, this is a different style of
Presses
Raw.
that side view.
This guy.
Maybe that's the solution. Maybe that's the
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah.
Just be wild about it, because after that side B hit, after those big hits, Detti was pressing buttons. My man was rolling into
Yeah,
nothing.
no, for
My man
sure.
was just, F-tilting. Like, it's like, whoa, calm down.
Kind
But maybe
of
this is-
protects you from side B as well, right? Because you have that reflector property on it as well, which people
Yeah.
tend to forget because it is not very good. But in this particular circumstance, maybe it works out.
Okay, Carlos counterpick by Ente here, and Carlos historically also a very good stage for Rob actually. So as a compromise from Detti's perspective, I would take it. Like, it's fine.
And like, why is it a good stage for Rob? Because I can see like for Steve for sure with the mining on this one, getting your diamond faster and all that good stuff. But for Rob specifically, after he's eating so much damage right now, why was this a good stage for him? Explain it to me.
I just want to say, my man is asking the question and answering it in the same breath, but again, from the perspective of FD, of course, because you have another similar FD type layout, but with here you have much better resources. I mean, look at the resources. We have iron for days, but as a counterpart to that, Detti has many more tools to properly edge guard. Especially when Steve is high up, you can start up even higher on the outer platforms. And with ledge trapping, of course, and with the combo game, Rob has some great tools on the stage, but it seems like Ente is preferring his strength over those of Detti.
Ente needs to get on top of those tags, because if he gets jab reset one more time, or like like in this set, it's gonna be absolute death of him.
Definitely. Okay, trying to land, keeping it safe, and Detti, kind of not overthinking too much, you know. When seeing, okay, there's pressure going on, so with Ente, he wants a stray hit, he wants to just
that's
go
not
in the
fresh.
easy way, but the easy way does not work out against a player of Ente's caliber.
That's the one of the Steve classics, you know, build a wall and then up smash directly below it as, you know, people try to jump past it. And now gets those strong combos to start off again with the diamond tools as well.
Yep.
So much damage.
Yep, and that's the thing, because now, in a way, we are not playing on FD anymore. Because of those, you know,
Oh my goodness.
because of those many resources, the stage is just something of its own, right? So all of a sudden, only the offense becomes a different tool. But okay, instead, Detty kind of hitting Ghost. But this is certainly not a Ghost. I mean, now it is, because Ente is losing that stock and reviving just in a matter of seconds. Still, Ente being in a much better game state compared to game 1.
Absolutely, he has the rocks covering him, he can't mine. And I mean, obviously a big percent, you know, a ledge trap scenario, Detty jumping over him. Fine for now, the laser comes out, but it's still super scary to play against Steve with the diamond tools. The back
Oh, he
connects,
died.
and that's
Yep.
the kill, yep. The diamond pickaxe, a very valuable item.
Yeah. And he's showing it well. He's showing why those diamond tools are such good. And uses the blocks actually to kind of trap Detty under that slant basically that he's created right there, and gets those huge combos out of with 80% in 2 interactions. Absolutely insane. This is what Steve kind of does to you. But now Ente can lock himself into the upstairs, but the amp is going to be good. Almost getting the rock off the top, but Carlos helping out a little bit here for Detty, keeping himself alive. But
nice.
nice.
Yeah, okay,
What
he's
a
dead.
bait from Ente, just baits out the air dodge and serves him up with that diamond flash. You know?
And the conditioning too, because
Yeah.
we've seen so many up smashes, so the incentive to air dodge was, you know, making sense.
Yeah,
But all of a
definitely.
sudden, yeah, you air dodge before landing and then boom, air smash into your face. So with that, Ente kind of established for the rest of the set that Carlos is more on Ente's side. It is
Yeah.
a strength for both, but the strengths from Ente clearly outweigh those from Detty.
Definitely an enter stage.
So the question now, what are you thinking about counter picks then?
So at
Or
first,
you guys, I guess we have
at
to-
first, I think we're gonna stick to Rob, because that Rob on game 1 was hella dangerous.
That
I
was
agree.
clean, yeah.
I
So
agree.
we will not get FD since, you know, we have 3 guaranteed bans, and now okay, maybe FD is not it, so Ente just gets rid of it. Battlefields, Yoshis, we don't need those. But here instead, we're gonna find ourselves on Hollow Bastion, and with Hollow Bastion again, similar type of resources compared to Carlos, but now a bit more feisty, a bit more combat heavy, and maybe those combats, those swings, those, as I want to say, you know, like random coming hits, is the thing that Hetty wants to look out for the most.
I was about to say, because that's definitely what game 1 sounded more like, this feisty comedy, up in your face, kind of brawly type of playstyle.
Yep.
That's what seemed to work for Detty to win the first game.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good adaptation to go to Hollow Bastion here, to have the more solid grounds to just fight on, right? To just scrap.
But
Yeah,
I feel like we talked about it, like how Ente likes to wait a little bit and you know, scout out his opponent. And I feel like he's swinging way more now, feeling way more comfortable, so that aggressive playstyle might not quite work out quite as well as Detty's maybe thinking.
Yeah, I think the identity is also much different, because against Longo he had to play a much slower set, but now Ente is kind of accepting the brawl, right?
Yeah.
And now we have like 2 brawlers facing off, and you know, it's been stacking up. But so far, in terms of HP,
Whoa!
Detty is in a much better spot, but still,
He's just
still not
pressing
getting
that.
those. Yeah, he wants that outside real bad. Like he wants to burn that Enderman up.
I mean, I love it, you know. Sometimes, especially with Steve, you kind of
Whoa,
jump around,
okay.
especially getting to that jump height
that's
with
a-
the side B. Nice
grab
match
it
from
is
Ente,
okay.
get around that grab. And now just kind of punch the block as Ente stands on it, and that's
Oh,
a serve
what?
up with it.
Ah,
Just
he had time.
perfect height there as well. Just Rob a little bit too big, getting hit by that.
Nice
smash.
setup, by the
Was
way.
that a
With the
ledge cancel? What the
Yeah,
hell?
he just ledge cancelled himself on the tree. He built the ledge. Like
Yeah.
insane, but what a creative way to get out of this advantage, actually. So in
Canceling on
that
his own
sense,
ledges, that's
yeah,
wild.
yeah, in that sense, I gotta give it up to Ente. And now Detty's getting a bit too greedy again, making things too easy against the top player of Germany. And now Ente, yeah, agreeing to that brawl, agreeing to
Yeah.
that close range interaction. And there, all of a sudden, Detty again, short to lose his stock, just like that.
He's really only.
He
taking
lives
a- Oh
stock,
my
wow.
goodness.
Ente putting up a clinic. His advantage game is so strong right now. Back air will finally take his first stock. Big hit for Detty, but he has to make quite a huge comeback. He has to, you know, get these explosive little Rob combos that he has, get these stocks. But the diamond tools, they're dealing so much damage. 76% already. It's looking so tough for Detty right
Nice, good laser. He fights against the strongest version of Steve right now. If he beats Steve right here, then he has a really good shot. So this
Whoa,
stock,
okay.
Ente's putting all in that stock. You have to commit now. You have to look for it. You have to fight.
And I think he's looking for those backers, for those nair setups here with Detty, but Ente is also just in his space.
perfect.
He doesn't give him the time to really get out those moves, except Rob is just a little bit broken
bait.
with that nair. That's
Okay.
insane.
Oh,
just
oh, do it
very
again.
good.
Oh,
but he
where we
doesn't
looking?
quite
Where we
get it.
looking?
He was almost there with the setup. He's shown it before, but it hasn't quite connected in the end. Maybe it's a little bit of a Steve thing. Maybe he just didn't position himself right, but as it turns out, Ente still holding on to his second stock.
Gyro hitting one
Oh,
more
that
time.
one!
Oh,
No,
the classic F smash through the block. We've all seen it before. It's a tale as old as time.
Tail as
that
old as
block
Steve
was
is.
As old as Steve.
Too thick of a block. Ooh, but with that,
And it was Stone too,
it
what
was
the hell?
Stone too, yeah, but now the worst case comes into play because, yeah, you're 2-1 behind, you won that game 1, which was the most chaotic one.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden it's like, what does Daddy have to do now? Because there are so many instances where Daddy was, you know, kind of fishing for easy hits, kind of fishing for mistakes from Ente. So the game is defined by Ente, which is a bad thing, especially going up against a much better player in terms of, you know, on paper. So Daddy now, if he wants to still play on loser side, if he wants to still be alive in that bracket, he has to look above the plate.
Yeah, and this is completely turned around, right? Because we've praised Daddy to be in absolute
yeah.
control in the first game, you know? And then it's just completely turned around. As Ente, as you said, accepted the brawl basically in game 2 and 3, and now it's all Ente in this one.
Exactly. Okay, Daddy, however, wait, no
Yeah, I
jump.
like it. Good interruption.
Hard to hit actually, but yeah, the laser is gone now. So the laser on Hollow Bash, especially the most important tool, especially to keep down the minecart. But now Daddy, you know, having a bit more freedom here in poking. Okay, drop the TNT, sure, we got a redstone. Why not use it? But now. The trappish. Wait a minute. Hold up.
TNT.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Give
nice.
his own thing. Okay.
I like that.
Okay. My man was on the timer, but
that was very
take
cute.
it.
That was
Eat
very
it up.
cute from Daddy to recognize that he can push that TNT into Ente's face. That was beautiful.
Very smart. Okay. Nice. No minecart yet. So again, you can just go for the pressure. He knows there's no anvil coming through. So now you might as well just contest. But now with that clean dash attack here, you get more resources. Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna keep
the
chasing.
boost attack coming out as well from Daddy. He hasn't shown that before, but he's timing now.
Yeah. Okay, no punish yet. Oh, the gyro was okay. Just pick it up again.
Nice.
Laser almost hitting. Nice. Wonderful
Alright.
there. Again, you can chase down. You have to pressure. You have to ledge up. You have to hit. And he's
Oh,
not
he's
hitting.
waiting, he's
He's not
waiting.
hitting.
He's waiting a little bit too long, maybe, as Ente now getting a chance there as well to get the first stock off, going for those down smashes, but Daddy maneuvering himself around this. Once again, going forward with that
Oh,
rock
okay.
tech, gets to get
Wait.
down
Nah, he's
forward,
not dead.
up air, and that's gonna be the stock.
Okay,
so
okay.
Daddy in the lead.
Ooh, Daddy not going for the up throw, but down throw. Hey, if it works out, it works. I mean, it's all fine. So Daddy now with a small lead, but keep in mind, Steve has the resource he needs to take
He's
a quick
kinda out
stop.
of resources.
Oh,
Okay,
wait. He's dead! Okay.
That's it. That is the Rob special with that gyro. Just gets in there, gets the combo. Rob with gyro in hand and you on 0% is the most scary thing in this game, and Daddy shows why.
That is everything he needs. We just mentioned it because now he's in such a bad spot in terms of game sense. But all of a sudden he's ahead 2 whole stocks in a game where he should lose against the top 5 of Germany. But now my boy be looking like a winner.
Yeah, Daddy has 3 stocks. All Ente has is a bunch of boulders, just some rocks that he has in his inventory, and it's looking so good. This is the Rob that we
Wow.
wanted to see from
Run
Daddy. Ente taking this stock here. Of course, eventually it had to fall. Let's see if he can make a comeback. I mean, Ente is known for shit
my
like
goodness.
that.
Big hits, big hits.
Big extension, 70% done by Ente here. Landing there gets punished with the Nair out of shield.
Daddy needs to be
Daddy.
careful not to get over aggressive now, not to get over excited because of that success that he found. Because he's played it very well in the first
Nice.
stock here with the gyro, using it more for the zoning purposes and for safe damage, and then getting in afterwards.
Ooh,
But he
the
gets Just
Wait, he's
That's
alive,
just
what the hell?
Ente's
Why
still
is
alive.
Steve Bulk? It doesn't make sense.
He is out of made out of blocks after all. Oh no, he gets around it. Gets the forward smash, but Ente is of course still down on 20% and he needs
Oh,
to
now
like
he's
one
swinging.
He has
more
everything he
killing it.
needs. He has a diamond sword. He has like 2 blocks of iron. He has everything that Steve needs to turn this, to rob this game
Oh
around
my
his
He
goodness.
is
way.
absolutely
rob
set
the
up
game.
for this comeback right now.
He's set up
Nair
for robbery,
on shield
like-
doesn't get punished quite that hard as usually.
Daddy?
Okay, nice
Okay.
parry on the gyro. Laser coming out one more time, cruising through on the minecart. Daddy, you have to
Oh,
find the
he
space.
wanted that
Yeah,
tomahawk
he
here.
wanted the tomahawk.
He's just not getting it though. Ente
Not
is
yet.
just ready for all his options.
Oh, he's getting nervous. Ente
Oh,
though,
no, that's
discipline,
not fair.
experience. It's all in Ente's favor right now.
Oh, my
another one.
goodness. And there's the setup into the back air as well. Just
Oh,
around with the
oh,
Ente is
No,
there. He
he
can just
got it.
stay out for so long. And he chases him all the way off stage. And Ente closes out this set. Daddy was almost looking like he's going to bring us to a game fight, but he couldn't close it out in the end.
Couldn't close on similar fashion to Long
Yeah.
now.